What's up, world? It's your boy Double O coming at you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Hope everybody's doing well. Day number 87 in the series, 90-day series. We're almost there, 3 days left, and feeling pretty good right now. Hope you are doing well too. Tonight, I just want to talk about something really brief. The last couple videos have been pretty long, so I want to give you something short and sweet tonight. Something I picked up from my man E.T., the hip hop preacher. The slogan that he mentioned today was, "It's not easy, but it is simple." It's not easy, but it is simple. You know, I thought about that quite a bit today because a lot of things that we do, you know, they're not necessarily easy, but they're very simple. It's very simple to write your goals down. You know, that's a simple step towards starting to attain your dreams. The other thing is creating a plan. You know, these are things that you can do. It doesn't cost you any money to do that. All you gotta do is take out a little bit of time, sit down and write your dreams down. Write down your goals. You know, it doesn't take much time to sit down and write down a budget. You know, it's very, very simple, really. You write down, you know, make a list of your monthly obligations, put down how much they are, add them up at the bottom, shows you what it is. Same thing about debts and things of that nature. It's not easy to achieve those things, but it's very simple to do them, you know. So I want to encourage you to do the simple steps too. And you know, the process of it all really gets you there. And I think that's the hard part where people kind of fall down on the road, is they get caught up on looking at the big grand scheme of things instead of looking at the next step. What's the next step that I need to do? I want to look up here because if I look up there, it blinds me. You know, it becomes overwhelming. But if I look at the very next step, what is the next step that I need to do? Do I need to make a phone call? Do I need to send an email? Do I need to figure out or arrange my finances differently? Do I need to send a letter in the mail? Whatever the case, do I need to fill out an application or whatever? What is the next step? You know, planning your day. You know, what I do a lot of times as far as like marketing goes is I plan my day. I send out a certain amount of tweets per day. I send out a certain amount of posts per day on Facebook or whatever. Or my videos, I post them to a minimum of 5 pages, 5 groups. You know, my Facebook fan pages and 5 groups that I belong to on Facebook. You know, just those simple things are goals that I set, that I do on a daily and consistent basis, and it starts to move me towards success. You know, when I have to get up and make phone calls or you know, whatever I have to plan my day as far as my daughter goes. You know, I don't look at, wow, I got so much going on today. I just look at what's the next thing that I got to do. Strike that off the list. What's the next thing that I got to do? Strike that off the list, and I keep moving forward. And a lot of times in life, that's what we need to do is really, you know, we write those goals down, we make a plan, and then start step by step. You know, you don't go from 0 to 100. You go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You may skip a few steps here and there, but it's always best just to go step by step because you're building a solid foundation as you begin to move up and do things. So, you know, work on that. Work on creating, you know, that step-by-step process and then following each step. You know, when you start skipping steps, you start to trip at a certain point. So, you know, don't try and skip over any steps. Do it step by step by step. And then, you know, ultimately you'll look up and you're at your goal. You know, there's a very magical thing about writing your goals down. I'll give you an example that I use with one of my artists who is doing pretty well right now. You know, he's realizing quite a bit of success in his career, and that's MAV, M.A.V. Google that for me if you don't mind. It's MDOTADOTVDOT. At the end of this video, the music that you hear playing right now is a composition of his, but Google him and look at his links and look at his progress over the last, say, 4 years. When he first started, when I first met him, he didn't really have any online presence. He didn't really have any idea of how to get music to the marketplace, where it would be marketable and to monetize his movement. And now he's finally in that place. He had no idea about getting music on the radio. But we sat down, we wrote down goals, and then we went step by step by step. And it was to his surprise one day, he was like, man, I don't feel like I'm making any progress. I was like, well, let's look at your goals. Let's look at what we wrote down 6 months ago, and let's see if we made any progress. And when we did that, out of the 10 things that we had on the list, we had done 9 of them. And then it shocked him. He was like, wow. I was like, see, that's the power in writing your goals down, is once you write your goals down, it really plants a seed in your subconscious mind. And then, you glance at them every now and then. I looked at his goals probably once a week. Say, okay, here's where you are. Here's what we need to do next. And, because I had to lead in that process. Now, he's got to the point where now he understands that, I got to write these goals down. And then he looks at them 6 months later and he's like, man, I've accomplished all this. But he understands the power now of setting goals and the power of planning and how it works over if you would apply, just simple principles. It's not easy, but simple principles over a period of time. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to try that as well. Do it with your financial goals. Do it with your life goals. Do it with your family goals. Whatever the case may be. And then to finish up tonight, or to wrap up tonight, I want to talk about balance. It's very important that we learn to balance our lives. And that's one of the principles that I think we lose a lot of times when we start to pursue goals. And I know, I'm telling you again, like from experience is, you can get lopsided. You can get all the way to the right where you constantly, all you're doing is pursuing. And then life is going on all the way over here behind you and with other things. And when you look back, you're like, man, I missed 10 years of my life. What happened to them? Well, I missed 5 years of the whole years went by and I haven't really lived. I haven't watched no movies. I haven't really enjoyed anything. And, you want to spend some time enjoying life as you go. As they say, you want to smell the roses, as you go through life. So it's important that you live a balanced life. You want to work hard, yes, but you also want to spend time with family and friends and, learn to enjoy life and learn to live a little. So, all that's very important, okay? So again, let's struggle for balance and try and keep that weight even on the scale, because it keeps you sane and it really helps you to really pursue your goals with that much more enthusiasm, because, you need that time of renewal and that time to really relax your mind and spend time with your family and your friends and doing things that you like besides just working and grinding all the time, because it can become, an addictive thing. So with that, thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate it. Peace and love. Love.